Hi, boys and girls. For math today, I want you to get out your whiteboard because we're going to do some quick images and you are going to be drawing the images. Okay, so get ready. And remember, I'm going to show you the image more than one time. So if you don't get it the first time, don't worry. Here it is. Take a minute and draw what you see. Okay, I'm going to show you again. All right, get ready to check your work. So think about how you can describe this shape. Use in words how you would describe it. I see a circle. I see two equal parts, and one of those parts is colored in. All right, let's try another one. Okay, here we go. Get ready to draw. Okay, let's draw it again. All right, and get ready to show me your image. Think about what you've drawn and think about how you can describe it. Use words to describe what you drew. I would describe this as a circle, but this time there's 4 equal parts. And this time there are 2 of the parts are colored in. So now I'm going to show you the first one and the second one, and I want you to think about what's the same and what's different. So that was the first one, and this is the second one. They do look very similar. I want you to think about what's the same. It looks like the same amount of the circle is colored in, even though on this one, 2 equal parts are colored in of the 4 parts, 2 of the 4 parts, and on this one of the 2 parts is colored in. All right, let's take a look here. We've got one more. Go ahead and draw it. Take another look. All right, and let's take a look. How would you describe it? Use words to describe this shape. Okay, we have a circle, and there are 4 equal parts, and 3 of those parts are colored in. Awesome job. Okay, so now erase your board. Okay, I'm going to give you some directions and I want you to draw those shapes. I'm going to get my drawing tool out too, okay, so you can check your work. So for number 1, I want you to draw a circle, and then I want you to draw a line that cuts the circle in half. Okay, now think about what we know about circles. There's a lot of ways that you can do this. As long as your line goes from one end to the other end and goes right through the middle of the circle, touching that dot in the middle, there we go. Now we've got 2 equal parts. All right, now for the second one, I want you to look at these different shapes here. They're calling them rugs. And I want you to find the rugs that show halves. Now remember, halves are 2 equal parts. So look at each one. On your board, you can draw the ones that show 2 equal parts. Take a minute and do that. Okay, you should have circled this first one. This first one shows 2 equal parts or 2 halves. This one shows 2 parts, but they are not equal. This circle shows 2 equal parts. Good. And this square shows 2 parts, but again, they're not equal. Same as this circle. 2 parts, but not equal. This rectangle has 2 parts, but they are not equal. All right. For number 3, I want you to draw a square that has 4 equal parts, just like this. Okay, now what I want you to do is color 1/4 of that square. When we're coloring 1/4, we are coloring 1 of the 4 equal parts. So that is 1/4 or 1/4. So take a minute and color 1/4 of the square. Okay. Now, it doesn't matter which square you choose to color, as long as you're only coloring in one. All right, I'm going to use my little pen here to color in. There we go. Great. So I colored in 1/4 or 1/4 of that square. All right, and here we have some more rugs, and I want you to find one that shows 4ths. So we're looking for 4 equal parts. And it's really important that they're equal. So take a minute, and on your board, you can draw the ones that show 4 equal parts. All right, once you are all done drawing, let's check it. This first one shows 4 parts, but they're not equal. Same thing as this circle. 4 parts, but again, not equal. This one right here shows 4 parts, and they are equal. And this circle also shows 4 parts that are equal. And this one does not show 4 equal parts. Here we have another one that shows 4 equal parts. Okay, so now I want you to get your cubes out, and we're going to solve a fish problem, okay? So I'm going to read the problem to you, and I want you to think about how you can solve this with your cubes. Sam's fish is 8 inches long. Kim's fish is 11 inches long. How many inches longer is Kim's fish? Okay, so remember, the first thing you want to do is build it. So I'm going to use my connection cubes right here, okay? And I am going to build Sam's fish, 8 inches long. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a little tricky on the computer here. 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, and I did my best to connect them all. And then we know Kim's fish is 11 inches long, so I'm going to line them up right below. So they're all lined up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Very good. All right, so you can take a minute and build yours. And then I'm going to think about, how can I compare these two fish? How can I compare Sam's fish, which is 8 inches long, and Kim's, which is 11 inches? I want to know how much longer this is. Now, since they're all lined up, I can go ahead and I can say, oh, look at this right here. These are the ones that make Kim's fish longer. So I can see very quickly that it's 3 inches longer. But I can also look at my numbers and use my numbers to compare and find the difference. Okay, so you can write an equation. So think about how you can use these two numbers to write an equation and try to do that now. So you can do a couple of things. You can say 11 minus 8 equals 3. But I can also count up. I can start at 8 if I was working on my number line, and I can count up until I get to 11. So I would say 8, 9, oh, I think I had one more spot. 8, 9, 10, and 11. I'm going to erase that last line right there. I don't need that. There we go. And I can see how many spots I added up. I added 1, 2, 3 more spots. The difference between 8 and 11 is 3. And I could see there were 3 extra cubes. So I checked my work 3 different ways, and each time it was 3 inches longer. Okay? Great job working on that. All right, so I've got another one, and I want you to try this one on your own now. Okay, so this one says, Rosa's fish is 7 inches long. Max's fish is 9 inches long. How many inches shorter is Rosa's fish? So take a minute, make sure you build it first, make sure you check it more than one way. Use your cubes to check it, write an equation to check it, count up to check it. Okay, and make sure you answer the question, how many inches shorter is Rosa's fish? All right, so you can pause the video and you can work on that. And when you're all done, you can start the video again. All right, now, when you are working on your own, there's a couple of things that you can do. You can print this paper and cut up these fractions and think about the different ways that you can sort the fractions, or you can practice drawing them and think about how you would sort these fractions. Either way. And then in your book, what you're going to do is you're going to work on page 197. Okay, and you're going to follow the directions to find the shapes that show halves and fourths. All right, keep working hard, boys and girls. You're doing a great job today.